And that kind of sums up LeBron James to me in a nutshell. It's not about the team. It's not about comeback and trying to steal the victory down by 20 some odd points, which is not going to happen with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, obviously. It's about me. It's about my legacy. It's about my streak. How can you be 6'9", be the focal point of everything the Lakers do, even though Luka's their best player, and Austin Reeves is their second best player?
Luka is the
okay.
What they run everything through.
How can you play 31 minutes of basketball and have 0 rebounds, 0 offensive rebounds, 0 defensive rebounds?
Carton goes off on LeBron James for stat padding. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
And I'm watching with interest because it's a 25, 26-point blowout, about 6.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and LeBron James is still on the court. The same guy that complained 24 hours earlier that he had old man foot, his words, not mine, which kept him out of the game against the Pelicans the night before. All of a sudden, he had like plantar fasciitis or his foot hurt, and he said, I'm just getting old, and sometimes you wake up and your foot hurts. Okay, great.
Yeah, LeBron, another excuse, a leg excuse just to get rest. He knows that he didn't feel like playing the Pelicans, and that fan base, they may not be happy right now. The team is losing, but at least they would have had a chance to see LeBron James. I may talk about him one way, but he has a lot of fans out there. The Pelicans fans would have loved to see LeBron James play, but of course he had to take a day off, random vacation. If he's that old and complain about injuries and waking up feeling bad, go ahead and call it quits. Retire. You stat padded. You're in the record books. You're the phony GOAT. So go ahead and ride off to the sunset. But of course, he can't do that. LeBron James loves all the attention.
Great, sure. Then why are you in the game with 6.5 minutes left when you're down by 25? There's no point of you being in the game if we're trying to protect your body because you are 41, 42 years old, right? And I respect that. Why are you in the game? And then it dawns on me why he's in the game with 6.5 minutes to go. It wasn't about trying to lead a comeback and trying to win the game. It was about ego. It was about stat padding, which is what he's most famous for.
Yeah, it's obvious. Once I seen that it was about, fourth quarter, he had about 6 points or 5 or whatever he had. He was trying to get to that 10 points. That's all he wanted. He wanted to continue that streak, the double-figure point streak. And if he's going to do it, stand up and be like, you know what? I'm trying to stat pad. I want to keep that streak alive. I want to retire with that streak. So if he really went out there and said it, people wouldn't be going off on him. But by him acting in denial like he's not trying to do anything, and then the coach, he has to do what LeBron James says because he got him the job with the Lakers. So he has no choice but to listen to his king, LeBron James. So he's kind of stuck in limbo. Like, what do I do? He wants to let his team know, like, we're not trying to chase stats. We want you around for the playoffs. But LeBron James, he can get away with everything. That's the only thing he has going for him right now is that streak because he knows he'll never be better than Michael Jordan.
So LeBron James has a streak of scoring 10 points or more in 1,297 games, which is absurd, obviously, right?
Great streak.
It's great if it were real, all right?
What do you mean?
So last night, he's sitting on 7 points, all right? And there's 6.5 minutes to go, and the streak's going to come to an end. So rather than do the right thing for his health, if he does have a bad foot, rather than do the right thing for his team, and that is protect your foot and your health, LeBron James stays on the court until he gets those 10 points, and he makes a 3 to get to 10. And as soon as he got to 10, the next whistle, he takes himself out of the game because the streak is intact. And the streak clearly is more important to him than being available for the next Laker game.
So it's obvious LeBron James wanted to continue that streak. It was bad. J.J. Redick yelling at him during the game, him laughing with the Suns. So again, he's showing up the Lakers. He doesn't have respect for the Lakers, doesn't have respect for J.J. Redick. He knows that J.J. is his pawn. He looks up to him. So there's nothing LeBron can do wrong. Yeah, they may have moments where they may look at each other weird, but at the same time, J.J. Redick knows there's a line he can't cross with LeBron. So he had to get that 10 points. And as soon as he did it, he took himself out the game. So again, LeBron James, he's selfish. He's a narcissist. He doesn't care about winning. He only cares about his stats. He's mad that he can't really control the offense anymore. If Luka doesn't have the ball in his hand, it's Austin Reeves and then everybody else. LeBron James is a part of everybody else, and he's not used to that. He's getting bored out there. He's in the corner laughing with the Suns. Normally, he would have the ball at the top of the key, so things are different for LeBron. I called him out already. People said that he was going to adapt to that third option role. I said, give it a few games. Go against, higher level competition. See if he can be that third option when you play the Phoenix Suns, the OKC Thunder, the Rockets. I want to see him be that third option there. Don't do it against the Clippers and the Mavs and the Utah Jazz, those lower teams to where you can do nothing and still win the game by 30. LeBron James is really being tested, and he's the phony GOAT.
Than being available for 5 Laker games from now. To be available to play in 60 games for the Lakers because he missed so many games early on. And that kind of sums up LeBron James to me in a nutshell. It's not about the team. It's not about comeback and trying to steal the victory down by 20 some odd points, which is not going to happen with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, obviously. It's about me. It's about my legacy. It's about my streak. And what's interesting about it is there was a point in the game, and Tyrone saw this as well, earlier in the fourth quarter, where J.J. Redick was trying to call a play for LeBron James. But LeBron James' back was turned to the bench, and he was talking to Dillon Brooks and the Suns bench, because as you know, they don't have a great relationship. They kind of go at it back and forth. No respect there at all. Mm-hmm. And J.J. Redick got so turned off by it and ticked off by it, he had to call a timeout. And then when he calls the timeout, LeBron's completely unaware that his head coach calls the timeout, and he's still standing in front of the Suns bench, and somebody had to go get him.
Yeah, just a lack of respect for JJ and being a narcissist. Classic narcissism by LeBron James. He only cares about himself. He wants to control all the narratives. And I'm sure J.J. Redick, he got a call from Clutch. He got a visit from Rich Paul like, you can't show up the phony GOAT like that because it's going to make him look bad. So, of course, LeBron James, he wouldn't talk to J.J. outright. He'll send his puppet, his pawn, Rich Paul, to converse with J.J. Redick and let him know you can't do that to LeBron James anymore. The media is going to cover it in a negative way. But J.J., he's trying to be a coach. But unfortunately, while LeBron is on the team, he's not going to be able to reach his peak because there's going to be a ceiling on him, knowing he has to look over his shoulder and have to coach LeBron James differently. LeBron has fallen off. He's not where he used to be 10 and 15 years ago, so you don't got to bow down to LeBron anymore. So J.J. Redick, stand up and go off on LeBron James. This was the first step.
Hey, yo, LBJ. Coach called the timeout, man. We're trying to call a play for you. And he's joshing and jawing around with the Suns bench. But here's the indictment on LeBron from last night. Sure, the streak stays alive, and that's paramount to him. LeBron James last night played 31 minutes in an NBA basketball game against a Western Conference opponent, okay?
Yeah.
31 minutes. Mm-hmm. How many rebounds did he have last night?
Probably not many.
Okay, take a guess.
2.
2. That wouldn't be good.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Lower, Bob.
We had 1 rebound?
1 rebound. No, he didn't have a rebound, but I think Bronny got 1 rebound last night.
Well,
he again was scoreless because that's what he does in the NBA, in mop-up duty in the final 5 minutes of the game. LeBron James played 31 minutes last night and had 0 rebounds.
Yeah, he wasn't worried about assists. He wasn't worried about rebounds. He was worried about getting to that 10 points, continue that streak. So he knows he's not going to get the ball a lot. The focal point of the offense revolves around Luka and Austin Reeves. Luka, he's going to get the ball 80% of the times. Austin Reeves, he's going to get the ball 19% of the times. And the other 1% will be divided amongst LeBron and the other players on the Lakers. Again, LeBron, he's pissed off. He's not getting the ball a lot. His main goal, continue that 10 points plus streak. And then whatever happens with the Lakers, so be it, because he knows this is his last season in L.A.
0.
I mean, it's a very
How
game.
can you be 6'9", be the focal point of everything the Lakers do, even though Luka's their best player, and Austin Reeves is their second best player?
Luka is the
okay.
What they run
How
everything through.
How can you
Luka.
play 31 minutes of basketball and have 0 rebounds, 0 offensive rebounds, 0 defensive rebounds? And when your team was down 25 with just under 7 minutes to play, and there's no reason for you to be in this game because of the foot injury that you claimed you had the very night before, which kept you out of the game against the Pelicans, The right thing to do if you do have a foot injury is to take yourself out of the game. Protect the foot so you can live to fight a couple nights from now for your next game. But it was so important to him that he keeps this streak alive. He threw caution to the wind. He selfishly got that 10th point, and then it was okay to come out of the game.
Again, man, LeBron James finally getting exposed. I used to be pro LeBron back in the day, me being a Heat fan, seeing all his Heat games. It was cool, but now realizing that LeBron, he's really phony. He acts like he's one way, but he's really a snake. He got called out by Russell Westbrook. JJ Redick starting to see his real colors. He knows that LeBron doesn't respect him, and this was his way to kind of, you know what, LeBron, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to yell at you during live play because you're not respecting us during live play, talking to the Suns and laughing with them. And they were really laughing at LeBron knowing that he's a phony GOAT. He's not real. And he's finally getting exposed by the media, and shout out for Carig for really standing on business continuously versus LeBron James. I'm sure Clutch Sports doesn't like it, but people got to start telling the truth about LeBron James. He's a stat padder, and he doesn't care about winning. This is his last season in LA.